If you spend enough time in evidence-based fitness, eventually someone says the phrase hierarchy of evidence like they're presenting the 10 commandments, which is fair, because not all studies are equally useful. But I think it's easier to understand if you imagine evidence like video game enemies. At the very bottom you've got things like case studies, opinion papers, animal studies and in vitro studies. These are the early game mobs. Individually they're not that scary. You look at one and think, why are you even here? But then the game spawns 6 of them in a narrow hallway, one throws fire, one poisons you, one throws fire and poisons you, and one has a shield for no reason, and suddenly you're getting stun-locked into a very different opinion. That's basically low-level evidence. One tiny study usually doesn't mean much. But if a bunch of weak little signals keep showing up in the same direction, eventually you stop laughing and start paying attention. Then you move up the ladder and meet the mid-game enemies. This is where people start getting weird, because they hear randomized controlled trials and immediately think, ah yes, the chosen one. But mid-tier enemies are still mid-tier enemies. Some of them are absolute menaces. Some of them are just standing there waiting to be farmed for XP. A huge, well-designed randomized trial, that's a real mini-boss. A badly designed one is just a large enemy with a lot of health and no moveset. Then at the top, you've got systematic reviews and meta-analyses. These are the end bosses, the statistical super team, the thing people link when they want the conversation to end immediately. And to be fair, they often are the best summary of the evidence, but not always. Because some final bosses are beautifully designed, technically impressive, and so good they change how you think about the whole game years later, and some are just a glowing mess with too many phases and a camera angle that makes you want to uninstall the field. Done well, they clarify everything. Done badly, they create confident confusion, which is one of science's more reliable traditions. So the actual lesson is not always trust the highest tier. The lesson is the tier list matters, but quality, context and relevance still decide the fight. Sometimes the goblins are warning you about something real, and sometimes the final boss is badly designed nonsense with dramatic music.